Hello everyone, myself Professor Rekha C, Soundarya Institute of Management and Science, HOD, Department of Computer Science. This lecture series is all about the various concepts of Unix shell programming as prescribed syllabus from Bangalore University for 4th semester BCA. Hence, let's start understanding the 10 concepts of Unix shell programming through this lecture series.
Okay. So as I told you, the program is on special tools and utilities. That is, we are going to understand utilities such as pipes and filters. So here we are going to understand how we can use the pipes in more than one command which is given in our command prompt. And also filters is one concept that filter, as the word says, that you have to filter the required one. That means we have a set of data, but we don't want all the data to be displayed. We want only a specific data. For example, when in a database, I want to display only student register number, name, and a percentage. I don't want any other details like father name, mother name, occupation, and all those things. So in that case, what I'm doing, I'm filtering the data that is a required data from a set of huge data. So for there we use a filters. There are so many filters, that is 10 to 15 filters that are available. So we are going to discuss those filters. Along with that, grep is one of the important filter which is used for a pattern matching. So we are going to deal grep little in detail. With that, I will be giving you a practical assignment. I want all the students to answer this practical assignment so that you can understand all the pipes and filters that is being taught in this session. So when coming back to the Bangalore University paper, so you have 2-mark question. One question you may expect from this chapter where you get 2 marks, and you may expect 2 questions which is of 5 marks, which is 10. So totally this chapter can fetch you 12 marks. So let me move on to the topic. So the topic is the pipes in Unix. So the pipes, the word says that the pipe is one of the concept or methodology which is used in a Unix shell programming is to combine more than one commands together. How do we combine? If I give one command, so the output of the first command will becomes the input of the next command. So the output of the first will go as an input of the next, and this command gets executed. This command's output will go as an input to the next command. So this way it keeps on going. So hence a pipe is a redirection. So it is redirecting from one path to another path, which combines more than 2 or more commands, where the output of the one command goes as the input of the another command. So it is also used as a temporary connection. Yes, when I wanted to execute 2, so it is temporarily connected with 1. When I'm executing 3, it is connected to 2, and in turn it is connected to 1. Hence, it is a temporary connection between the commands. So, for example, if I want to list all the files and directories and give it as output to more command. See, ls minus l, as you all know, that this is a command which is used to list all the files and directories. But suppose if you take this example, in this particular path, I have 28 files. If I say list, I cannot scroll 28 at once. So now I wanted to view 10 at a time. That is, by default, more is a command which displays only 10 at a time. So 10 lines. So when I say ls minus l, redirect to more. So this is a redirection, it is a pipe operator. When I say ls minus l, pipe to more, that means all 28 lines will be taken in that. First 10 lines is displayed first time. And again, if I press more, then the rest of the lines, that is another 10 lines will be displayed. Again, when I press more, then another 8 lines will be displayed. So totally how it will be displayed? 10 plus 10 plus 8. So this is how the command works. So this is all about the pipe. So the pipe is actually a bridge between the one command to another command. So here it takes all 28 files, but displays in the 3 sets. That is 10 files, 10 files, and 8 files. So that is how the command works. Now moving on to the filters. This is all about filters. So pipe is very easy. So this you can expect for 2 marks question. Now we'll move on to filters. When I say filters, when a program, if you want to run a program and if you want a specific output to be occurred in your program, then we make use of filters. So filters are just a plain text which takes from a standard input and transfers a meaningful format. As I said, for example, if I want to print your marks card, what is your meaningful format? Your register number, your name, marks code in the various subject, total marks, and your percentage. So it's a meaningful format. So those format is extracted from a huge database. When I say student database, it's not only your marks, your father name, your mother name, your address, your phone number, your email, everything is recorded. But those are not required. So what exactly is required is nothing but a meaningful format. So how we can achieve whatever data that is a required data, essential data which we want to display on the screen. So how do we achieve this? So we can achieve this using various commands like ed command, tail command, t command, cut command, paste command, sort, unique, tr, grep, more, wc, cat, ln. So like this, you have so many commands, but we'll try to discuss all these 10 commands, which is important for your Bangalore University exams. So let's go command by command in detail. First command is the ed command. When I say ed, that means it displays the ed. Ed is nothing but starting. So whenever I say ed, the immediate keyword that should strike in your mind is beginning. So that means it displays the first n lines of the specified text files. If the number of files is not specified, then by default it displays 10 lines. See, always in a shell script, 10 is the default length of the rows. Even in the more command, first 10 lines will be displayed. Even in a ed, if you don't mention that how many lines you want it to be displayed, it will display the first 10 lines. So to understand all these commands, I have used the student.lst as a database, which I'll be using the same data for all the commands. Let us consider this as student.lst with these fields, where first one is a register number whose size is 4. Next one is the student name, where you can enter maximum of 6 characters. Then the course name, that is maximum of 3 characters. Then the course domain, that is computer science or a science, which is maximum of 7 characters. Then let us say this is the date, this is the admission date. Then this is the total marks that what he has received. So this is one of the student database. So through this database, let us understand the concept. See, I told that ed command is used to display the lines. So suppose if I give ed and if I say -3 student.lst, that means I need to display from the database student.lst how many lines? 3 lines. First 3 lines. See here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 1, 2 are the first 3 lines that is displayed using ed command. Suppose if I use ed -1 student.lst and redirect to wc -c. So what does this mean? Ed -1 means I should display the first row. From where? From student.lst. Later, after displaying, what should I do? I should count. I think you all aware about wc -c command, which has been discussed in the practical sessions. That is wc -c is the word count. So that means you are going to count the characters. When I say C, it is going to count the characters in the given line. See, to make it very easy, I've just given here. See how many characters you have in one row. 4 plus 6, 10. 10 plus 3, 13. 13 plus 7, 20. 20 plus 10, 30. 30 plus 3, 33. Plus, what is this? That pipe, that vertical bar. That vertical bar, we call it as a delimiter. It's not a pipe, it's a delimiter. What do you mean by a delimiter? Whenever I want to separate one entity with another entity, I will give a separator. For example, when I type your name, I say ABC space EFG or Rekha space C. So like that I will type, right? So space is called as a delimiter between Rekha and C. So similarly here, 1, 2, 3, 4 is a register number, Amit is a name. So that the separator between 1, 2, 3, 4 and Amit is your vertical bar. So you have to, again vertical bar is also a character. So you need to count even the vertical bar. So hence, after counting on vertical bar, 33, 34, 34, 35, 36, 37 and 38. So hence your output will be 38. So it displays the character count of the first record. That is, what is your first record? This is your first record. So when I count all the characters in the first record, I will get 38 as my answer. Okay. So let me move on to the next. Hope you have understood the head command. Let me move on to the next command. That is tail. See, tail is completely reverse. Head will display what? From the beginning. Tail will display from the bottom. So it is a reverse process. So it returns the lines from a bottom up. If the number of lines is not specified, then default 10 lines. So in the head, if you don't mention, by default it will display first 10 lines. But in the tail, if you don't mention the number of lines to be displayed, like -3, +7, like that, if you don't mention, then it will display last 10 lines. So an example, let us take, if you say tail student.lst, if you just tell only tail and if you don't mention anything, then it will display all the 10 records of the file, because student.lst has how many records totally? We have 10 records. It is not because of default, but whichever rows you have in that particular files, everything will get displayed. Okay. Next, tail -3 student.lst. So when I say tail -3 student.lst, it means to say that it is going to display last 3 lines. So 1, 2, 3. That is 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3, 1, 1, 2, 1. So that is, these are the lines that is going to display using a tail command. But instead of using, see, this is minus is not nothing but your subtraction. This minus indicates your option. That means you are going to start with an option. It is not -3, it is -3. So please don't get with the dash what we mentioned. That is not minus, it is an hyphen, which is going to tell that we are sending an option. So our option is to display the last 3 records. Here, instead of hyphen, if I directly mention plus, then it has some special meaning. For example, when I say tail +7 student.lst, now we are going to display the details from the 7th record. So let's go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7th record starts with 3907. So I'm going to display all the details from the 7th record till the end of the file. So that is how it is going to display. So please note, it is not minus, it is a -3, which is an option. But when I give plus, it has a special meaning. That is, it is going to start from the position called 7th. Okay, so that is all about tail command. Now let's move on to the next command called T command. T-E-E command. See, what is the difference between a T? See, I think in the last few classes, you would have understood about something called cat command, correct? So when you say cat, say program 1.sh or cat redirect to program 1.sh. So when you type this, what does it mean? Here you are going to create a program 1.sh, correct? After creation, if you want to display, what you will do, you will say cat program 1.sh. That means you are going to type 2 commands here. One is you are going to create, other one is you are going to display. But if you want to do this together, that means you want to redirect whatever you have got it output to another file, as well as you want to display it on the screen, then we make use of T command. For example, when I say who command, see, you forget this. This is not related to this. Let us take a who command. When I say who, that means it is going to display who is the user and which terminal it is using, when he has logged in and what time he has logged in. For example, when I say who command, I will get what? All these details. Root, Vidya, Geeta are the details which I get when I say who. Now this is a display. But along with the display, I want to save these details in a file called user.lst. So in that case, instead of telling who redirect to cat, redirect to then user.lst, it's an easy way. I can directly tell the display of the who will display on the screen, as well as it will be stored in a file called user.lst. So hence, T command is used to display, as well as it's going to save the display. Whatever you are displaying here, it will get stored in user.lst. Okay. One more example. See, for example, you say who TE user.lst. What does it does? It's going to display the details. But now I want to know the number of lines that is being displayed here. So for that, I can use WC minus L. When you say L, it means number of lines. So your output is directed to user.lst, and in turn, it's going to display 3 as the number of lines is 3. See here, how many lines you have? 3 lines. So first, it will take this and put it in user.lst. In the user.lst, how many lines it will got? So there are, since it is 3 lines, so it is going to display the output as 3. So that is about T command. Okay. So I'll just repeat. The difference between the T and the cat with the redirect greater than symbol is cat only creates a file, whereas T, it creates a file as well as it displays on the screen. So that is the main difference between greater than redirection symbol using cat and T. So this can be your Viva question. Okay. And it can also be your 2-mark question. Now moving to the next one. Next one is a cut command. This is a very, very important command that you have to note. It is a 5 marks question. So cut command. See, the word says cut. So you have so many details here. I don't want everything to be displayed. I want to cut only few part. So it is going to extract the vertical portion. That means not horizontally, but vertically. That means either in a column wise, first column or a second column or a third column, like that. It is going to cut the portion of a file in a vertical manner. Okay, there are so many options, and students, you have to make a note whenever they ask a command. Is not just you write only the command details, but you should write even the options. Options are very, very important to get the complete 2 marks. If you just define the command, they don't give you 2 marks. With the option only, you have to write. Okay. Now let us understand the cut command now. C is to cut the columns. Let us say cut C. That means I am going to cut what? Student.lst. So I have to cut the student.lst. 6 to 11. That means I am going to cut the character from 6 to the 11th character. So what do you mean by 6? So this is 4. Your vertical bar is 5. And A, that means I am going to start extracting the data only what? The student name. So from a student name, that is 6 to 11. See, what is the length of the student? That is 6. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That means what? How many characters? 6 characters. So from 6 to 11, I will be extracting the student name. And also, I want to extract the details of the course. So we start from 13. See, by 11, the name ends, and 12 is your pipe, and 13 is the where your BSc or BCA starts. So from 13 to 50. So it means to say that you are going to cut the characters of student name as well as the characters of the course of the from the file student.lst. So after cutting, what you are going to display? You are not going to display the entire list. I have redirected the pipe with ed -3. That means I want only first 3 records to be displayed. See, if I don't say ed -3, then all 10 records will be displayed. Like Amit, Rajini, Lali, Jayant, Mithun, Ramya. So all these things, everything get displayed. But if you use -3 means first 3 records get displayed. So hence 6 minus 11 will give you the name. 13 minus 15 will give you the course. You are going to cut the first 6 characters of your student name and 3 characters of your course. So that is how you can use cut. Suppose if I want to use cut minus D. See, as I told you, D. This is pipe. There is a vertical bar. So this is a delimiter. See, when I've created a database, I have used this vertical bars to separate one data with another data. So which is called as a delimiter. So now I'm telling, if I come across the vertical bar, then you have to treat it as a one field and next one as a second field. So like that. So cut minus D. So vertical bar. So each one is taken as a field. So I want to cut second and 6th field. So what is here? First one is register number. So we have a vertical bar. So this becomes the second field, which is a student name. We have vertical bar. Hence this becomes a third field. We have a vertical bar, 4th field, vertical bar, 5th field, vertical bar, 6th field. So that means which is your second field? Student name is your second field. Which is your sixth field? Your marks is your sixth field. So when I say cut minus D in a field wise second and sixth column of the file student.lst, and I want to display the last four details. That means I want to display only the last four students details. In that case, what I get? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I should get Jairaj, Ankita, Anita, Bindu. So Jairaj, Ankita, Anita, Bindu. And their respective marks is 190, 570, 590, 560. 190, 570, 590, 567. So this is how we can use cut command. Hope you have understood the cut command. Now I will move on to the next one, which is nothing but the paste command. See, cut paste. Paste is nothing but what? You are going to join. But in the cut, we used to cut horizontally, but in the paste, it is going to join. Sorry, in the cut, we used to cut vertically, and in the paste, we are going to join horizontally. A good example is, let us take, I have one file which is called as the state. So state has two columns. S001 is state codes, and Karnataka and all these things are the name of the states. Similarly, I have one more file called capital, where we have a capital code with a capital name. Now, if I say paste minus D with the, the vertical bar, state and capital, it means to say that I need to paste two files, okay, side by side with the separator, that is a delimiter of vertical bar. So what is my first record? S001 Karnataka. S001 delimiter Karnataka. Again delimiter. See, now I am going to join S001 Karnataka with C001 Bangalore. This is the first record. So when you are joining, so the joined field is delimiter is bar. So hence we have bar here also. So S001 Karnataka bar, C001 bar Bangalore. So like that, all the states get joined. So this is nothing but the paste. So paste is going to join horizontally. When you are joining, we have to tell your delimiter. So this is all about paste. Hope you understood the paste. Now we'll move on to the next command called sort. Again, this is a very, very important command. Most of the question paper has either a cut command or a sort command or a grep command. So these are most frequently asked 5 marks question. So hence this is the 5 marks command. So sort, the word says, what do you mean by sorting? Arranging the records. So when you want to arrange a record either in an ascending or a descending order, so we make use of sort. So to understand sort in a better way, let us take the same sample of your database where I say sort the student name ed minus 3. So when I say sort, it is going to simply sort by default on the first field. What is your first field? Register number. So when it is sorting the first field, so it will be, what is that? First one is 1121. Next one is 1234. Next one is 1123. Then 1234. Then 24. Then 23. Then 24. So like that, it is going to sort according to your first column if you don't mention the column name. Otherwise, it will sort according to your column or a field name. Okay. An example is sort student.lst, redirect to ed minus 3. Since I don't want to display all the records, I want only the first three records, then I use ed minus 3. So what are the data we get? The first minimum number is 1121. The second minimum number is 1123. And the third one is 1234. So I will get the 3 numbers which is there in the ascending order. So this is what you are going to sort it. So there are some more examples on sort. Let us consider. I am going to sort, that is minus t with a delimiter double quotes plus 1 student.lst ed minus 3. So what you are going to display? So you are going to display the sort. That is, you are going to display the record. That is the first 3 records based on the second column. When I say plus 1, that means I need to skip the first field and start using. That is, after plus 1 is what? The second field. So I need to sort the data based on the second column. So which is your second column? Student name is your second column. So when I take a student name, what will be the order? Amit will be the first one. So AM, then ANI, Anita will be the second one. Then ANK, Ankit will be the third one. Hence, you will get Amit, Anita, Ankit. So based on the second field, the data is getting sorted. Okay. So when you say +1, it is not the first field. It is after plus, that is the second field. Similarly, when I say sort -O sorted list +3 student.lst, so when I say +3, what is going to do? It is going to sort after third. So 1, 2, 3. After third means what? We are going to get sorted on the domain, that is either a computer science or a science. So when it gets sorted, so since C is smaller than S, all computer science will come first. Then the science will come. So this is how you can sort. So this is also we can sort based on the order on a column. So this is all about the sorting command. So sort, we can sort it based on the just a sort, simple sort, or you can sort on -T, or you can sort on -2. Okay. So we have so many other, you can please work on the other options also that whenever we do. So for example, if I give -R, then all the data will get sorted from the reverse order. So which is your highest one. So 3907. So that will be your first record, then 3412 will be the second record, then 3233 will be the third record. Like that, it will continue. So we can also make use of these options. Please make use of it. And also when I say -F case in insensitive sort means, suppose if I get Amit A as capital A Amit and capital A small MIT Amit, then A Amit, sorry, AMIT as a complete small letters. So in that case, all the three are considered in the same range and they will be in the one order. So it will not be in terms of your ASCII. So all these are the different sort options. Okay. Next, we'll move on to the next one called unique command. So when I say unique, unique is what? Something different, something which is not repeated. Okay. So unique command is used to remove the duplicate. To remove the duplicate lines. So unique as a limitation. What is that? It can remove only the continuous duplication lines. It cannot remove, suppose say I have computer science. So COMP-SC is correct. It is duplicated against COMP. Suppose if I have COMP space SC, then COMP space SC is not equal to COMP SC. So in that case, they don't recognize as a repetitive value. So that is one of the disadvantage what a unique has. To understand a little better, let's consider this example. Cut -D, the delimiter, -4 student.lst, sort and unique. So what does it mean? First, what I have to do? I have to cut. I have to cut what? 4 with the delimiter is the vertical bar and the fourth field. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That means I have to cut this. That is what computer science, all these columns I have to cut. Later I need to, next, what is the next one? Later I need to sort. So when I say sort, so how does it will sort? Computer science and science are the things it's going to sort. So how many times the computers is repeated? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I will get 5 times computer science, 5 times science. Later what I do after sorting, I'll say unique. So out of 5 times of computer science, it will display only once computer science because computer science has repeated more than once and science also repeated more than once. So I'll get only the output as computer science and science only once. So this is how it gets output. Okay. Next, when I take a second one, cut -D, same thing with sort and say unique -C. That means the first to fourth field is taken. It is get sorted. So I'll get 5 times computer science, 5 times science. Now, the unique of these things is computer science and science are the only 2 unique values which I have. But how many times the computer is repeated? 5. And how many times the science is repeated? 5. So you can check here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is computer science. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is science. Okay. So hence it will display. C stands for count. So it will display 5 times computer science as repeated, 5 times science as repeated. So this is how you can achieve a unique command. Now we'll move on to the next command called TR command. So what is the purpose of a TR command? TR is nothing but your substitution. For example, if you want to have an @ symbol instead of an # symbol, then I use TR command. If I want a slash symbol instead of a hyphen, then I use a TR symbol. So TR is nothing but a translator. That means we are going to translate. For example, I am going to translate English to Kannada, Kannada to Marathi, something like that. So that means the content will be same, but the representation will be in a different form. So that is how we make use of a TR command. So the best way to understand is you can use with this example. So TR command is a standard input and output command which is used for a substitution or deleting the selected characters and replace with a new character. So the command is TR. See here what I'm saying. I want to replace the vertical bar with the, I want to replace vertical bar and slash. So I want to replace both the characters in the given data. See, we can see that in a given student.lst, I have both. I have vertical bar as well as I have slash. Correct? So I want to replace both vertical bar and slash with the new character ash and tilde. You can see something like a yes symbol. It is a tilde. So I want to replace vertical bar with ash and front slash with the tilde. Where I want to replace in student.lst table. For how many records you want to replace? I want to replace all the records, but how many records you want to display? I want to display only the first. Now you can see. So wherever you have that vertical bar. So after 1, 2, 3, 4, you have a vertical bar. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, it is replaced with ash. Amit, after Amit we have vertical bar. Now Amit is replaced with ash. BCA is as vertical bar. Now it is replaced with ash. So like that, wherever you have vertical bar, it is replaced with ash. And wherever we have slash, it is replaced with tilde. So wherever we have slash, only in the admission date. So here, instead of slash, we have tilde. Okay. So this is how we can use a TR command. Now, this is, you are replacing and storing it. Now you can take an input and also you can replace it. What you want? When I say minus D, it is not that you are replacing, you are completely deleting. What I am telling is TR minus D. D stands for deleting. So when which are the characters you want to delete? I want to delete vertical bar and a slash. So let us take the same example in the student.lst. I want to delete all the bars and I want to delete all the slashes. After deleting, I want to display only the first 3 lines because I have written ed minus 3. So I'll get first 3 lines. See here, everything is removed and it is replaced with the bar, space. See, bar are replaced with space, whereas slash we don't have the character, so that get removed. So we'll get as one number 12101992. So this is how it is replaced. So this is nothing but a TR, which is a translator. Now I think cat command, you all know that cat command is used to copy the standard input to the standard output. So let's not move on to it because we have already done the cat command. Along with that, we have an important command called grep command. So grep command is nothing but a search a particular information. So when I say grep, it is nothing but a pattern matching. So you're going to display a particular pattern. You're going to search for a particular pattern. Based on the pattern, you're going to display the content. For example, let us consider same student.lst. What I say is grep Rajini student.lst. So in this database, I have to search for a word called Rajini. See here, I have a word called Rajini. So that means Rajini is 2456. It will display 2456 record. Similarly, when I say grep minus n BCA student.lst, that means I am going to search. Grep is going to search the pattern called BCA. After finding the pattern, it is going to display along with the line number. So now, when I say Amit has BCA, whose line number is 1, that is the first record. Then second don't have, third don't have, fourth. Fourth have 1256 giant. So it is the 4th record. Next, 5th record. So 1121, 5th record. Then 6th we don't have, 7th we don't have, 8th. Now 3233 is 8th record. Then we have in the 9th record. 9th record we have Anita, which is again a BCA 3233. So that we are going to get. So all these 5 records, what we have is a BCA. Now the difference between this and this is what? This just displays the row, but here along with the row content, it is going to display the line number. So N stands for line number. Next we have minus V. So minus V is nothing but the reverse. It does not display. For example, I say grep minus V BCA student.lst. So what it's going to do is it's going to search for a row which has the pattern called BCA. So after searching, it will not display. So it's not going to display the pattern which has BCA. But apart from the pattern BCA, it will display all other rows. So which are the rows? See, BCA has 5 rows and BSC has 5 rows. Now it is not displaying BCA, means obviously it has to display another 5 rows which is BSC. So that is how we get. Okay. And also, suppose if you want to have a count along with the display, if you want to have a count that how many rows has a pattern of computer science, then we use grep minus C. So C stands for count. So this is going to give a count that how many rows as comp science. So there are 5 rows, hence it has given 5. Next, this is an interesting one. So when I say grep, cap with 3. So when you start with a cap with the 3 and student.lst, it means to say that which are the rows which has started with the number 3. So which are the rows which is started with number 3? So 3412 is number 3, started with number 3. Then 3907 is started with number 3. 3233 has started with the number 3. So I am going to get these 3 rows. Now if I say grep $7, that means which are the rows which has ended with 7. So which are the rows which has ended with 7? 1, 2, 5, 6 has ended with 7. Here 1, 1, 2, 3 has ended with 7. Then last one, okay, 1, 1, 2, 1 has ended with 7. Hence I get the 3 rows which is ended with 7. Now if I give a command like this, grep 3 dot dot dollar. So when I say grep 3 dot dot dollar means which are the files whose total starts with 3 and ends with 399. So which are the files which are starts with 3 and ends with 399? So 367, 319 and 345. So these are the files which has been started with 3 and ended with 399. So that means anything between 300 to 399. So all these are 3 columns. Now if you want to make multiple searching, so if I give a command grep minus C stands for multiple searching, where I'm telling the row should start with 1 and the row should end with the total which is ranged between 500 to 599. So row should start with 1 means this. So I'll take this, but what is its total? 496. So I cannot display. Now the next one I'll take this. Yes, the row has started with 1, 1, but it has ended with, yes, it has 5, 6, 7 as its total. So I can display this. Now the next one is this, but the row has started with 1, but its total is not in the range of 500 to 599. Now the last one, yes, the row has started with 1, 1, 2, 1, and it also lies in the range between 500 to 599. Hence these 2 lines get displayed. So this is all about the filters. And again, the filters, you have other filters like more, cat, more I already told you, cat also we know, WC also you know. Cat is nothing but reverse of your cat. So if you display 10 lines from 1 to 10, that is cat. If you display from 10 to 1, that is tat. NL, we already seen that we can see the number of lines. So, and again, moving on to this. So based on this, I have given you a few practical questions. Please go through these questions thoroughly, understand what command that we can give. See, all these questions which I have given, it's purely based on whatever PPT you have seen. Please go through thoroughly and answer these questions. I will be discussing the answers and I will be posting the answers once you make an attempt. So first I want you to make an attempt and write the answers. See, again, I would just tell you that these questions are based on this database. So whatever questions I've given, this is the database. So you have to write the command and what is the possible output of that particular command. So that is all you have to give. I've given you 20 questions. Please go through it. So this is your part 1. It is the first portion of your 6th chapter. Later I'll be dealing with awk programming and SED programming, which is there for your next slot.